And it was another day of protests across America. The second round of No Kings protests have been going on all day today amid the ongoing government shutdown, immigration raids, and National Guard troops deploying to American cities. The first No Kings protest was back in June, where around 4,000 people gathered here in Louisville. 5 months later, protesters are back and gathered at the Belvedere to take to the Louisville streets, and that happened today. WHAS 11's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Connie Offit were there for the march today and are still downtown now after the protests this afternoon. And Clarice, what did you see today across Louisville?
Well, Alex, here at the Belvedere, there were plenty of signs, some that were homemade, showing their support for immigrants and their dislike for the use of ICE by the Trump administration. There were also signs with the Portland frog on them and plenty of people dressed in animal inflatable costumes, and that's a trend coming from ICE protests in Portland, Oregon. Now, protesters filled Belvedere before taking to the Louisville streets and marching down Main Street and to 8th Street, and then back by crossing on Liberty Street and up to the Belvedere again. I spoke to Margaret Shamble before she joined the group. She said she's generally just not happy with the actions taken by the Trump administration.
My sign is very basic, that we just need to be united as Americans. I grew up in the 70s, and I grew up in a time when it was all about the melting pot. Our diversity is our strength, and when we start separating people, that's when we have trouble.
I also spoke to a family who went to a protest held in Shelbyville earlier today, and they came down here to downtown Louisville. I asked one of their kids, Maisie Milborn, what she believes it means to be American.
I mean, when you think of American, you think of, oh, land of the free, land of the brave. But to be honest, it's not that.
People told me they're frustrated with how policies are affecting farmers and veterans, and they see this No Kings protest as their way of standing up for the American way. Now, traffic was halted slightly as the protesters were marching, but it did remain fairly peaceful of a protest. We did see some law enforcement, but not a huge presence, and LMPD did tell us there were no reported issues. Live in downtown Louisville, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 on your side. Alex?